Warning, Brent and Joe, the Retro Show, may contain video games from the 80s and 90s, so if you're under the age of 20, you might not know what the we're talking about.
I won't beg, break, I'm going away. Every moment's one more chance to stand up or get in the way. So when I go, I want the world to know.
What is up, my friends, and welcome back to Brent and Joe, the Retro Show, episode 8. Today, Brent and I, we have 6 games we're going to talk about. These are games that have outstanding mini-games within them. That's the topic of this episode. Games that have great mini-games. So we have 6 games for you, and here we go. Brent, you want to say a little something for the audience?
What's up, everyone? We are going to talk about these games within games and mini-games within games and just a bunch of games, okay?
Yeah.
But my first pick I want to get into is Wrestlemania 19 for the GameCube. Now, it's exclusive to the GameCube, so basically when you talk about wrestling games, you think of story modes and a lot of simulation, wrestling games going on nowadays. But in this specific game, there's a game mode on there, well, mini game, that it's called Revenge Mode. And basically, it's like more of a beat 'em up type, gameplay where you just have to fight your way through like construction workers throughout the mall. You have to just take these guys and eliminate them. And it's a really fun game. I enjoy that more so than the story mode in WrestleMania 19.
Wow, pretty cool, Brent.
I don't know if you have, I don't know if you're a big wrestling fan, but I am. So that's why I just, figured I'd bring it up. But it's a really cool game.
Nintendo 64, like I had WrestleMania 2000. But my latest, the last wrestling game that I bought was gonna go back to like 2009 for me. I had I think SmackDown versus Raw. So I haven't played a modern, a PS4 wrestling game, but I've seen a lot on YouTube. The game looks phenomenal, So definitely, It's pretty cool.
I just don't really mess with the 2K series as much. I'm more for like the retro, like the SmackDown versus Raw, or my favorite is SmackDown Here Comes the Pain, which I think it has an amazing roster and everything like that. Great gameplay, but the 2Ks is where I kind of slide off. I'm like, nah, not for me.
All right, so moving along to my first game we're going to talk about, and then we're going back to the PS2 days, and that is God Hand. This was a third-person beat 'em up by Capcom, and this game came out in 1999. And at that point, beat 'em ups were starting to fade and were being pushed aside to first-person shooters. I mean, first-person shooters started on the original PlayStation, and then once PS2 got going, the Dreamcast, there was some amazing first-person games, and along with PC, first-person shooters just took off in popularity, and beat 'em ups got pushed a little bit to the side, especially by like the magazine critics. All the video game magazines at the time were really crapping on this game, so it didn't do well, and it became an obscure title that now people are seeking, to this day. So the price on this game is a little expensive, but this game had it was a great third-person beat 'em up, which makes it really unique because you don't see too many games like this. It had role-playing game, aspects to it, hundreds and hundreds of moves that you can unlock. And as you progress through the game, you get all these extra moves and special moves, and you just totally customize your character, including costumes and stuff. And
wow, that sounds really interesting. Like I've never heard of this title, to be honest. God Hand.
Yeah, because
how you're like always adding games to your list. I have to add that one to my list, but it definitely depends on the price on that.
Yeah, it may be a little pricey now because beat 'em up collectors are seeking this out, and the game didn't sell well, so Capcom seized production of these discs really quickly when no one was buying them. But now it's like popularly sought after. It's really cool. It's unique. So it's got along with the campaign, the story mode, you can easily spend 50 hours on this game. It's got a pretty cool casino mode where it's like a virtual casino. You walk in, it's got video poker, it's got blackjack, slots, and there's even a high rollers floor for when you make enough money or tickets.
Oh shit. Mm-hmm. Okay, now moving on to my next pick is Grand Theft Auto 5. Now, there's so many things you can do on Grand Theft Auto 5. It's that massive open world. You can literally do anything you want. But what I found to be like the most fun and just attractive way of just playing this game is I play tennis on there. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not a big fan of tennis, but you can jump on Grand Theft Auto 5. It has great mechanics on the game. It has, different winning situations. Like if you win, each player you win with, they celebrate in a certain way. It don't matter if you're Michael, if you're Trevor, if you're Franklin. They all celebrate differently, and I just like to play tennis on there.
Oh, yeah.
But another thing on there you can play is golf, and that's basically the same thing, just having great mechanics on there. I'm not a big golf fan either. I don't even have any golf games in my collection, but
What?
I get on Grand Theft Auto and I start playing
Hot
some
Shots.
golf games. Hot Shots, I take that back. I have Hot Shots Golf and I have golf on the NES. That's the only two. And
Mario Golf.
and I have Mario
You're
Golf.
Mario
Yeah.
Golf kicks ass, man.
I have that. Yeah.
My favorite version
But
of the
all
3DS
those
one.
games, all those games are arcades, so arcade golf games. So it's not like
That's cool.
Simulation golf.
Quick, fast-paced golf, which I like that too. Definitely.
Yeah. So hey, get on Grand Theft Auto 5, hop on golf, or play some tennis. Good to go.
I haven't played GTA 5 yet. I'm so backlogged. I tell you that all the time. I think the last one I completed was San Andreas.
Oh, San Andreas is my top 3.
I love San Andreas. Yeah,
It might be number 1, but Grand Theft Auto 5 is really up there.
Yeah, no. I think I played 4 was on the PS3, right? I think I started. Is that like it was like the Russian,
Yeah.
Russian maker. Yeah, so I got halfway through that.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, so I did play 4, but not 5. No, they're so similar, and those are such. Those games are so huge that you spend so many hours on them. That's probably why I haven't started with 5 yet, because I just can't do it. I don't have the time.
Yeah, this is
but they just
what
outstanding
separates
games.
This is what separates 5 from all the other ones for me. Is you're
Having those
controlling 3 different characters.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So one guy, Franklin, he's like from the hood type area, and Michael, who's more for like the suburbs. So you're getting different aspects of each character. The guy
cool.
Trevor, he's like a country guy.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's really cool, man.
So you get to do a lot of mischief in the different areas, different cultures, and the suburban environment,
and
the urban
somehow the story,
country.
Each one you're controlling, somehow the story converges together, and you get to choose
nice. All right,
which
so that's-
path you
all
want
right.
to go with. So it's really
So
cool.
it's
They
not-
all
yeah.
come together somehow.
I like that. So definitely gonna have to pick that one up.
Yeah, and that game's been out for at least 5-6 years, and it's still around that $20 mark. Like I haven't really seen it underneath $20.
All right. So the next game that I'm going to talk about is Red Dead Redemption, the original on the PS3.
Another Rockstar
Now this is a game. I guess they make great games.
Yeah, they do.
What can you say, right? They really do. Just so happens to be a coincidence, Brent.
Yeah.
Quality games. So what I love about Red Dead Redemption, obviously, we just talked about Grand Theft Auto 5, the open world, all the possibilities, all the great side missions. But what prevented me from completing this game, this was a time where I had a lot more free time to play. This was like 10 years ago already.
Yeah.
But I could not get out of the bar. Like all I wanted to do was play Texas Hold'em, and it was such a great, mini game along with the rest of that world. The computer AI. It actually felt like you were playing against other characters. Other people from the neighborhood. It was just an amazing, card game. I like to play poker. And Texas Hold'em is just a great card game, and to play that as a staple in this open world environment where the money you make you can actually use to buy other things throughout the game was just incentive for me to just make all my fortune in the bar and then go out and buy everything I needed to buy. Awesome game.
Yeah,
I just can't, that's why I didn't finish it.
Yeah, I know it's a long game, and you get all these like side missions and stuff like that. I'm with you on the Red Dead Redemption, but for me, Red Dead Redemption 2 is so long.
Right.
Like it's like 100. It has to at least be 100 plus hours of like story mode or something. I don't know if it's accurate or not, but I bought it on day one. Still haven't finished it. There's so much to do on
same
there.
here with Red Dead Redemption.
Yeah. And
Value.
it's not really a mini game, but you know what I like to do on those games, like Red Dead Redemption and Grand Theft Auto. I like to like go out in the woods and hunt. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
I don't.
Skins and meat.
I can't remember on. Yeah, I don't know if they have that. Is it on Red Dead Redemption the original? You can like scan them and
get You get the deer skins, the fox, the rabbit, all the birds, all that stuff. The feathers, you can use all the hide and sell it in exchange for other goods. Oh,
I haven't played that since it came out. 10 years ago.
Yeah, it's been a number of years.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, I haven't played it since like 10 years ago, but the Red Dead Redemption 2, I do that on there as well. Just go out hunt and stuff like that.
Yeah, definitely. If you guys haven't ventured into the Red Dead Redemption series, I'd say pick it up. Yeah.
Now, my next one is kind of a cheat in a way. It's an actual game within a game, and it's Uncharted 4. Now, Uncharted 4, you can play Crash Bandicoot on there, and it's a part of the story where you go into trying to beat this girl's high score on Crash Bandicoot, and I'll just sit there and play Crash Bandicoot. I'll be like, I forget about Uncharted 4, which is a great game, but Crash Bandicoot, I'm all for it, especially a platformer guy. So Uncharted 4, you can play Crash Bandicoot.
That's just amazing. I have never got into Crash Bandicoot. I know he's a Sony marquee character, right?
Yes.
Sure. I need to get into that one. I was always a big fan of what do you call it? Sly Cooper and Ratchet and Clank. But Ratchet and Clank was the third part. I think that was Ubisoft, right? But But Sly Cooper was.
I believe so.
Sly Cooper was a first party marquee character. I loved him. So that's probably why I never got into Crash Bandicoot. But I hear a lot. He's really popular. Definitely.
Oh yeah, for sure. Sly Cooper, I have that on my list of games to get. I think there's 1, 2, and 3 on PlayStation 2.
Right. Yeah.
And I'm a big platformer fan, so I do have that on my list of try to get those. I would recommend if you haven't played Crash Bandicoot, I would get the Insane Trilogy.
I saw that.
It's got the more modern graphics.
And it's on
3 games into one.
It's on the PS4, right?
It's on PS4, Switch, and Xbox.
Right.
I have it on my Switch because I do a lot of handheld gaming.
It's so convenient, yeah.
But it's a great game. I think I'm stuck on the first one. That game will really piss you off though.
Well, it gets tough.
It's really cool. It gets a little challenging at times, but
I could take challenging, but I just can't take crappy. Start from the beginning checkpoints if you lose. I hate that.
Oh no, there's checkpoints. As long
as I got
checkpoints. You have certain lives. It's like a Mario type game.
Okay.
You have so many lives to get.
Okay. Right. All right. And it's 3D, right? Yeah. Crash Bandicoot is 3D.
Yeah, it's 3D, and once it's game over, it'll just take you back to that regular level. It won't start you all the way back to the beginning.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. You got save points and stuff like that you can use.
All right. And the final game we're going to talk about today is another PS3 game. That is Call of Duty Black Ops. Now, between the zombie content, all the expansions that were coming out years after Black Ops came out, to when you beat the game, you got the zombies top-down shooter, the dual stick shooter, which was really remember that?
Yeah,
it was so much fun. And I would meet my friends, and you can network that game, so you can play with your friends, your PlayStation friends. And you can go 4 players deep with a dual stick shooter, shooting down waves of zombies, competing with one another for score. It was just, we spent a lot of time playing that. It was a nice deviation from the stresses and intensity of playing, this game multiplayer, the regular game, which is always intense. So we would love to play the top-down shooter, and of course, I spent more time, playing the zombie mode than the actual, campaign.
I never really played the campaigns. I jumped straight into online or the zombies. I couldn't even tell you if I beat a Call of Duty campaign. Maybe the first one, Finest Hour. But other than that, I'm like, zombie online.
I usually go back and try and make an effort to complete the campaign just for trophies and whatnot. And in this circumstance, you needed to unlock the zombie mode, the top-down dual stick shooter, which is the mode that I wanted. So I had to actually go through the campaign and beat it just to unlock it, so I could play with my friends. But so those are these. I mean, there's so many more great games that have lots of great indie games, but these were 6 games that came to our minds and we wanted to share.
And like you said, I'll piggyback off what you said. There's so many great games within games and many game modes and stuff like that. But these, we just kind of give you a little different variety. You have some sports games in here. You have, shooters. You have all kinds of different types of games you can go play. But it's really fun when you're playing a main title game, and then you get carried away with playing something else within that game. And it's just great.
Yeah, man. And that's the thing these days with all this. You buy a game now you're expected to spend more money on season passes and more add-ons. And, the moral of this video was just like how it was back in the day, where you just get a complete game at launch. And I really hope that developers start to see like the gamers annoyance for these type of things, and I'd rather pay an extra maybe $10 for the entire game all in the beginning, instead of having to wait for extra stuff and pay more for extra character. I don't know. Just knowing like
DLCs, the add-ons, all those kill you, and they want to space it out. The game comes out, a month ago. They want to drop like DLCs like 2 or 3 months later.
Right.
And I'm like, I'll just wait a year later and get the complete game.
Right, and so I mean, I get it. A lot of stuff. I mean, sometimes they offer some completely, additional experiences that are worth it. But oftentimes, you should be able to include all this stuff, right at the launch. I don't know, without having to spend an extra 20, 30 gigs on extra patches and stuff. Like, these games come out incomplete,
Yeah.
I don't know. Absolutely. So, I think that's all we got for this episode. And I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and we shall see you next time. Right, Brent?
Yeah, make sure you guys hit that like button and that subscribe button so you don't miss the upload.
And if you haven't experienced Brent's channel, go check his channel out. I'll leave a description down below. He does awesome creative He does awesome creative content like myself. So if you like my channel, you'll definitely steer over to his channel and check him out. Awesome stuff.
Subscribe to me.
What's that?
I said subscribe to me. But also, go check out Joe's channel, which, if you already subscribed, great. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. He makes great content, reviews, skits, all the above. He's just a great all-around personality.
Does the same
And
thing.
definitely good content creator.
Alright, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and we'll see you next time for episode 9 on Brent and Joe the Retro Show. Coming soon. See you guys next time. Peace!
I won't